What is up, you guys? So right behind me is the Ram TRX or Ram T-Rex, and you've probably heard about this truck. This is the 700 plus horsepower Ram 1500 to compete against the Ford F-150 Raptor. Now, this thing's got its positives and it's got its negatives, but this is going to be a full review, very different from anything you've seen so far. I really want to take you guys in depth and make you feel like you're experiencing the truck with me, so we're going to do just that with this Ram TRX. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's discuss pricing because this one starts at $69,995. This one, as is $90,060. That's a pretty big difference, but arguably this is a lot of truck, and we'll go over what all this truck has throughout the video. Now let's go ahead and talk about this color. It's called billet silver. Now, if you've never seen this TRX, I think it looks beefy and mean. Now, the new F-150 has already come out at this point, so we already know what it looks like. We know it's going to have a V8. We know that it comes standard with a V6. Now, with this, I prefer the looks over the F-150. The F-150 is still, in my opinion, a little subdued. I like how this is very in your face, especially for a high-performance truck. Now, at the front of the TRX, you do have a bunch of functional areas here. So your ram is going to be cut out in the middle. That way you have airflow going through the letters, all functional here. This entire bottom bumper, all metal going all the way down. You have more skids going underneath. Obviously your tow hooks right here. Now your lights look pretty good. I like how slim that they look. You have a full LED daytime running light, which looks aggressive. It looks properly mean on this truck. Your lights at night are super bright. Full LEDs, LED fog lights as well. And then of course you're going to have your ram bar, and those lights are blinding. They're so bright, and we're actually going to take that for a drive later on in the video at night with the ram bar lights on. It's going to be a lot of fun. But other than that, you do have a functional area here off to the side that's going to run all the way through. You guys can probably see right through it right there, and it's going to come out of that side vent. You got your 6.2 liter supercharged badge right there, which looks awesome. It just lets everyone know that you're driving an absolute beast. Functional heat extractors on either side, your functional intake there in the middle. This one has the TRX graphics. All right, so as we come to the wheels and tires, you have your beadlock wheels, 18-inch wheel, 35-inch tires. These are Wrangler Goodyear Territory AT tires. They perform pretty darn well, as you guys will see in just a bit. You are going to have your rock sliders over on each side. Let's go ahead and talk about this insane suspension setup. So you guys can probably see that right there, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a better angle. All right, so check this out. So you're going to have your Black Hawk Bilstein dual valve dampers, and these are made specifically for the TRX. Very impressive piece of tech here. You're going to have the coil setup. You're going to have these bump stops right here, and look at these suspension arms. Like, how crazy is all of this? And if you look deep in the back, you have another Bilstein shock back in there. And I have to admit, for Ram's first time making something like this to go against the Raptor, this is mighty impressive. All right, so here's the bed of the TRX. Now, you can get this as an option. You don't have to get this, but if you do, this is basically what it looks like. It's your wheel that you choose to go on your truck. You're gonna have your mounts right here. Now, once you take that out, you still are gonna have this in the middle, so you'll have to get some tools, undo that to use it as a more practical space. But you also have this railing system here, which is pretty cool. You can pretty much do whatever you want with this. LED lights back here, bed liner, and underneath, you are gonna have another spare right under here. All right, so coming up to your ram bar, this thing is super solid. I mean, this thing is really on there. It's a really cool piece. Whether or not people will actually opt for it, I'm very curious to see, but you can adjust the lights up and down like this. These covers easily pop off. I just click these little areas off to the side. It's gonna come off. It says Mopar or no car, and then you just put that right back on. So pretty simplistic stuff, but that's pretty much going to wrap up the bed area. I'm sure you guys want to hear what this sounds like.
Hands down the best part about the TRX.
pretty much all know of the TRX. So once you take this cover off, you're gonna have this graphic here of a T-Rex eating a Raptor. So we all know who that's aimed at. And then the cool part is if you look at the hood, you can see where it says Ram Airflow. So that's a functional vent up top, and it's gonna flow right into here and dump that air right on top of your 6.2 liter supercharged V8. Exact same Hellcat engine. As a matter of fact, it even has SRT and the Hellcat logo on top of it, which is pretty cool. But let's go ahead and get this on the road and see how it does.
Now, if you have headphones, throw them on because I'm using binaural audio. That way you guys can hear everything going on with me. Now, we're on a pretty bumpy bit of road. I went ahead and just threw the truck into Baja mode. That's what we're in right now. I'm in fully automatic. And here we go. Whoa! Okay, this thing is crazy. But it soaks up these bumps like nothing. You have to be so careful when you're on gravel or anything where the truck doesn't have a lot of grip, because having this much power, the truck can get out of hand pretty quickly. Oh. The crazy part is that the truck is so loud, especially when you're like out here in nature. It just echoes for miles and miles. Hello. You're probably wondering why it's so dark right now. It's because we're gonna do some night off-roading in the TRX. Let's go have some fun.
All right, so the point of me doing this at night is to show the benefits of having that RAM bar. So it's basically going to light up everything in front of you. So if you were out in the dunes, if you were out on trails, you can see everything in front of you, and this is gonna show you just how bright these lights are, and that's the biggest benefit of having them. So if you are way out in the wilderness where it gets pitch black, these light up the roads in front of you like it's daytime, and it's pretty awesome. So we're gonna blast through this dirt road right here, and we're gonna have some fun.
So that's going to wrap up my review of the Ram 1500 TRX. I think Ram did an incredible job with this truck. Remember, this is their first legitimate attempt at going at the Ford F-150 Raptor, which created this segment. I would argue and say that the TRX is better until the new V8 one comes out, because we all know Ford is not going to let Ram stay on top for very long. So whatever they come out with the R version of the new Raptor, I'm very excited to see. But until that comes out, this is an incredible vehicle. Now, benefits of the V6 Raptor compared to this: fuel. I know it sounds so silly because you don't get a vehicle like this for fuel, but if you really plan on taking this out to a dune, so for example, there are sand dunes 3 hours from me, I'd have to drive out there. I'd probably lose about a quarter, maybe half a tank just getting out there. Fill up again once I get there, play around some sand dunes, come back here, and that's probably almost another tank of fuel. So that's a ton of fuel you'll be spending. And while you're out there playing around in the sand, the one thing you don't want is to worry about how much fuel you have left. And this is probably one of the first gas-powered vehicles that I've actually had a tiny bit of range anxiety in. Now, granted, there are gas stations pretty much everywhere, but when you're out in the wilderness, if you want to take this overlanding or things like that and you're days away, that can be a little nerve-wracking. Now, even carrying cans of gas with you, this is a huge 33-gallon tank and it just chugs fuel. Biggest downside. Now you can get upwards of 11, 12 mpgs around the best that I saw, but on average, especially if you drive this the way most people are going to drive this, you're getting high single digits, 8, 9 mpg, and when you're actually hooning on it, I got about 6.8. So it's pretty darn bad, but you know, if you have the money to buy this truck, I assume you have the money for fuel, so that may just be a pointless argument. But I think it's an amazing truck. The suspension is great. It handles crazy bumps like nothing, and the truck is very well equipped. You have tons of luxurious-esque amenities. This touchscreen is very easy to use, and the overall truck just has this huge aggression about it that you don't quite get in the Raptor. And looks-wise, I still prefer this over the current new Raptor that was just unveiled. If the R looks different, I'd be excited to see what they do there. But looks wise, this definitely has it. And I've had so many people come up to me during my time with this truck. It's insane. So a lot of people notice this thing and people definitely get excited when they see it. But let me know what you guys think. Comment below. I'd love to have you guys subscribe if you're not already. And be sure to follow me on TikTok. We are at 1.5 million followers and we're trying to get all the way to 2 million. So I hope to see you guys there, and I'll be trying my best to post more here on YouTube. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.